Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So I didn't stream this morning, so I'm streaming a little bit early because there's a lot to talk about. Google enters the Bitcoin game. Guess who's next? So let's discuss Bitcoin and let's discuss what's going on with altcoins, and there are many that are doing very well today. So thanks for tuning in. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, 2 streams almost every day. But make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And check out all the latest news, articles, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome everyone. A lot to talk about, a lot of exciting stuff. A lot of you guys are very enthusiastic about the market, as you should be. So Bitcoin still going sideways, just right under 55,000, which is a weird resistance. You know, previously when Bitcoin came down, that wasn't really a resistance that held, or wasn't a support, I should say. But you know what? Good things come to those that wait. Because, case in point, look at it before. Bitcoin was stuck around 48,000 and then boom, right? Same thing before. Bitcoin was stuck around 40 something and boom. So could this coming week be that week where we get that boom to the upside to $60,000? It could be right around the corner because there's just so much good stuff going on. There's so much good stuff. It's all adding up, and this is why I think the last 3 months of this year, Q4 is going to be fantastic, but this could carry into 2022 as well. So, looking at live coin watch, looking at the overall market cap, around 2.4 trillion, a little bit under. Still, we're getting close to the previous high, right? And today we had some good movers. XRP is up, Polkadot is up, and you go down the list. You have Chainlink that's up, Stellar that's up. VeChain is up, Tron is up, Theta is up, some of the non-movers from before. EOS is up. Interesting. Clayton is up. I mean, so you have some non-movers that are up today. So overall, it's kind of like an even period. All right. So with that said, let's get into it. I got a lot to talk about with Bitcoin, including, of course, the big headline is Google. Google jumping in. Now, Google has been very pro crypto for quite some time. And that's because, first of all, you can build on top of Google Cloud with Ethereum. Also, I believe EOS, there's a block, Google is a block producer for EOS, I believe, or there is a block producer that's also using Google Cloud. But regardless, Google is very open to projects utilizing Google Cloud for hosting a node or a block producer or a validator or something like that. So they've been traditionally very bullish on crypto. And recently, a few months ago, they also opened up their AdWords. Because years ago in 2017, there was too many ICO scams, so Google decided to ban all ads relating to crypto projects. Well, that's been lifted. So since June of this year, so not too long ago, now you can advertise for crypto projects, including Bitcoin and Ethereum and many others, right? So that's also positive. But today, the big headline is this. With the combination with the partnership with Bakkt, Google is now introducing or helping introduce Bitcoin to potentially millions of customers through Google Pay, right? Google Pay is one of the biggest payment networks out there. We know Apple has Apple Pay. Google has Google Pay. Now, I don't know the numbers. Google Pay may be even higher than Apple Pay because of how many Google devices are out there. Google Android devices is worldwide, billions of devices out there. And now through this partnership with Bakkt, you can now buy Bitcoin directly, right, using Google Pay. And also, this hooks up Bakkt's virtual debit cards. So, if you wanted to spend your crypto, you could also do so by linking it up to Google Pay. So, this is pretty big. This shows you, This shows you that pretty much every single company out there wants exposure to Bitcoin, right? I think a lot of them, you might be wondering, well, if they're so into crypto or Bitcoin, why are they not buying it? I think right now, most companies are waiting for FASB to change their accounting practices or accounting regulations in terms of how crypto is calculated, because it's very anti-Bitcoin right now. Meaning that if Bitcoin falls below at any point in time while you're holding it, falls below your original buying price, you have to count it as a loss, even though it may have can't come up when you're about to report. So that's actually a big negative. However, on the flip side, if Bitcoin is higher than when you bought it, you can't count it as a profit until you sell it. So the counting right now, according to FASB, is very broken. That's why Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy is trying to fix it, because there's so many out there like MicroStrategy and Tesla and PayPal and Square and others. You know, they have to go through this. But once that's fixed, I am sure that companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, the biggest tech companies in the world, will declare they're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. I think they're just holding out right now because of the accounting rules. However, in the meantime, what they're trying to do is offer and get involved with as many services as possible. They're basically building, right? You hear in crypto, you hear this phrase, build, right? Continue to build. And that is what these guys are doing. So I'm very happy to see Google get into this space. I mean, they've been in this space, but they're expanding their reach in the space. And of course, this makes someone like Apple pay attention, and someone like Microsoft is paying attention, right? Well, Microsoft is already deep because they're trying to build an ID service on top of Bitcoin's blockchain. But, you know, stuff like this gets people involved. Facebook has to look at this, right? Apple has to look at this. Microsoft has to look at this, and vice versa every time one of those other tech companies does this, right? So I can't imagine, wait until one of these big tech companies to actually announce we bought Bitcoin. It's been rumored that Apple already bought $2.5 billion of the Bitcoin. They haven't declared it. No one knows, right? Maybe when they do come out, then Google and everyone else rushes into it too. It just makes sense. So pretty big. That's the big story of today. Now, of course, there are other very big news. There's always, these days, all news are positive. When in crypto winter, every single news that you can find about Bitcoin is negative. These days, very hard to find negative stories. It's all positive. It's all positive because there's so many great things coming for Bitcoin. For example, this. Hedge fund guys are putting a lot of money into the fact that they believe that Bitcoin ETF will be approved in October. Now, not the true Bitcoin ETF, not ETFs backed by Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's future ETF, which is a stepping stone. And once that gets approved, then true Bitcoin ETFs will get approved. So this is a stepping stone in the right direction, and they even put odds to it. ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, most likely 2-to-1 odds that it will get approved. Oh, this is first. But look at all this potential approval date. This is the avalanche of approvals. 18, 19, 25, 25, 1, right? And then here's the chances or odds of it being approved first. 2-to-1, 91, 29, okay, right? You get the point. But this is all coming in October, and this could definitely spur up more excitement, more FOMO, more liquidity and money into the market, which is what we want. And it aligns with the last 3 months of this 4-year cycle, which makes a whole lot of sense. There's been reports already that these institutions have kind of slowed down their altcoin buying, and now they're shifting back to Bitcoin. It could be because, well, they're not stupid. They know this stuff too, so they want to accumulate as much as possible during this last quarter, the last 3 months. All right, so there's that. What else is there? Well, this is also positive. Willy Woo have looked at Bitcoin's throughput and have calculated that right now, about $190,000 worth of Bitcoin is transferred on a blockchain every second. Here's the mind-boggling thing. That's more than the $130,000 by Visa and $55,000 for MasterCard. Okay, well, this is US, this is not worldwide, but still, there's more people that's using and transferring Bitcoin right now than there is a Visa, MasterCard in the US. And that's only growing. It's only going to keep growing, right? And if you add in a Lightning Network, then the numbers are even higher. So this is very positive in terms of usage, showing that usage is growing. Tiger King, stop trying to shield Tiger King coin. It's not going to be the next sheep. All right, what else is there? TechDev says that if we do have an extended, lengthened cycle, he's been correlating all these, these peaks with 2013, 2017, 2021. If we do and hit that Fibonacci level that he thinks we will hit, well, then we could see a top in February of 2023 rather than 2022 or 2021. So think about that. If our cycle lengthens, it could go up to 2023. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. That seems very long that we get extended until 2023, but who knows? If it happens, I don't think anyone will complain. Keep in mind, a lot of people have theorized that we're not going to have a blow-off top event. We're just going to continue on forward, up, then down a little bit, up, down, not have a tremendous blow-off top. And if that's the case, we just have up and down, sure, this cycle or this movement or Bitcoin's movement will continue on, slow and steady up, and then who knows, it could top out in 2023 rather than 2021 or 2022, right? So yeah, it could definitely happen. What else is there? Here's also very positive. We know El Salvador has already made Bitcoin legal tender. BitMEX's CEO says 5 countries will accept Bitcoin's legal tender by end of 2022. I think it's going to be more than that. I think right now we already have 5, even though they don't declare it as legal tender, but they have made it official that companies can accept Bitcoin as payment, which is almost just as good. So more and more countries are opening up Bitcoin to Bitcoin. More and more are putting it in the balance sheet. Right now, you know how a lot of countries hold and hoard gold like it's a like it's a race or something, right? Like it's a Cold War, right? Pretty soon, countries is going to start hoarding Bitcoin because it's going to be the new digital gold, something that everyone wants, and they know they can't control it. They can't force any more to come out. Unlike gold, there's always miners that can mine more. Maybe we mine a meter in the future. We're going to get a ton of gold. You can't force Bitcoin to have more Bitcoin outside of the 21 million supply, right? So just imagine that. So, but the beginning, of course, is to get Bitcoin accepted as legal tender everywhere or accepted as a payment everywhere. All right, last 2 things. Robinhood, a lot of speculation about Robinhood recently about adding SHIB, which I still think is going to happen, but one of their biggest competitor, Public, is adding cryptocurrency trading to its platform as well. Public is also very similar, zero-fee trading app for stocks, and I have heard about them before, and now they're adding crypto. So again, another venue for people to get into, this is especially important when FOMO hits. When Bitcoin is above 100,000 and everything is flying high, all coins are going 5, 10x, right? Imagine the amount of FOMO from retail investors coming in, right? And another platform is going to help with the volume, right? When we have tremendous FOMO, we see Coinbase go down, we see Robinhood go down, we see all the exchanges go down. So having another platform that allows people to get in is very positive. It's very positive indeed. So there you go. The number of ways for people to buy Bitcoin these days have gone up tremendously versus 2017. I mean, just think about it. There's so many ways for a general user, for a retail investor to get in if they needed to. Almost every single financial app out there, fintech apps, every single one allows people to buy Bitcoin now. I mean, you could even, spare change. You could go to Coinstar machine and put in your spare change and buy Bitcoin with that too. Like literally everywhere we go, there is a way to buy Bitcoin, and that's just go bringing so many people into the space once once they're ready to come in. That's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to talk about. I did want to remind you guys again, I do have 2 Twitter pages. One, that's just from me, right, to get notified of my videos and anything, articles and stuff like that, and sometimes my thoughts. But I do have an exclusive news desk. I've been telling you guys I'm waiting for this to hit 10,000 followers, so make sure you guys go and subscribe. All the latest news articles and guides from CryptosRUs.com are posted here, so make sure you guys follow it. Get up to date on the latest news, articles, and guides. All right, so make sure you guys go follow that. Outside of that, that's it. Bitcoin's coming back up to 50,000, slow and steady rise, and this coming week could be very, very good. Now, it's only Saturday, but we still have Sunday. So far, this weekend has been a non-eventful. So will that start tomorrow, or will it start tonight? Right? It could start anytime. But it looks like Bitcoin is getting ready, just like the previous weeks. You could see how Bitcoin was just going sideways, and then boom, we had that next leg up, right? It looks like it's getting ready, stair step to 60,000 around the corner. That's what it looks like. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right. Again, I have to rely on my phone, so you guys bear with me. Venezuela, someone mentioned, right? When I mentioned countries, I have no doubt Venezuela will adopt Bitcoin. Their plan to chop off 6 zeros, introduce a CBDC, that's not going to help them with inflation. That doesn't help them with anything. They will be embracing Bitcoin. Just watch. That's 100% certain. Streb Parks, I have no idea what this secret whale group is go pump, and I didn't see what BitBoy said about ADEX. I have no clue. I didn't watch. Generally speaking, I don't watch anyone's videos. Sam says XRP or Litecoin. I would buy XRP over Litecoin. Webull already has crypto trading. Football Spain. Money over IPS says, DC your spare change. Hey, every little bit count. Is a Tundra test drive video coming soon? Yes, it's embargoed until the 12th. So yes, I'll have an off-road drive on the 12th, and then there will be a main drive. I don't know if it's going to be the 12th, probably 13th or 14th, and then I'll have another one. But yeah, those are coming out next week. I don't know why there's embargo until next week. What do you think about Filecoins long term? I don't know. I'm neutral on Filecoin. It's not very appealing to me. I have half a BTC. Can afford the other half. Should I ape the rest, or can you recommend a DCA schedule? I definitely think you should follow DCA schedule. Just do it once a week. Just pick any day that you like. Friday, Monday, Sunday. Pick a day, pick a time, and stick with it. Even with your app, right? Whatever exchange that you use, just most of them allow you to just set a scheduled buying, recurring buy. Just set a schedule. Just do once a week, or if you think that's too aggressive, once every 2 weeks. Not that hard. There's no right or wrong. Why don't I hold H-bar? Well, first of all, I don't think you know that I don't. But second of all, Hedera, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. They force everyone that they partner with to, on board as a console member, to be part of their LLC, and that's a little strange to me. But anyways, they're not open source, and there's a few things that they do. They basically control all the decisions right now. Their consoles, mostly by them, Hedera himself. I mean, there's a few things that just makes it so that it's not as open source as others. But I will admit that they have a really good, DAG. They do have good traction. They have onboarded some great partners. So there's definitely potential. Just not my cup of tea. LTC to the moon. If the LTC goes to the moon, Bitcoin will be at like Jupiter already, so or Pluto or Neptune. Thoughts on why XRP pumping? There's no reason to guess. Guitar player says the new Tundra looks badass. I do think it looks pretty good. It rides. Well, I'm not supposed to talk about how it rides, but the step-in height is lower for some reason. It's easier for me to get in. Usually full-size trucks, I have a bit of difficulty to get in, but with a Tundra somehow, I don't know if they made it lower or the cabin is just lower, but getting in is just easier. Jay Perez says, thoughts on BDT short-term and long-term? Both negative. ADA in 5 to 10 years? I don't know. $10 plus. I don't know if you're asking for a price. Cubs or White Sox? I'm not a baseball fan, so I don't even really care. I think most guys in Chicago are Cubs fans, but I don't really care for either. How can U.S. citizens buy XRP? You can go on KuCoin. KuCoin allows you to buy XRP. Skillful says, becoming a whole coiner is an awesome feeling. Congratulations. That's a big accomplishment. I don't think people realize that. Some people that got in early, of course, you have more than one Bitcoin because it was much cheaper then. But to be able to have one Bitcoin now, that means you have $55,000 in Bitcoin. I mean, that's a big accomplishment. So congratulations. Most people, if they're starting out right now, you ask them to go buy one Bitcoin. Most people in the U.S. and around the world cannot afford that. So to get to one is a big accomplishment. Nicole, if you're going to be like that, man, you take yourself out. Don't be leaving comments like that. Is 7 BDC enough? Enough for what? To be ultra rich? Sure. Any TA advice on Shiba? Shiba is not something you want to do TA on. Shiba is something, if you believe in it, just go ahead and hold on to it, right? For the rest of you guys, if you don't believe it, don't buy it, right? You can make money with Shiba, but just know that it's going to be very volatile, and you have to watch out for that, right? A lot of big swings, but if you truly believe in what they're doing, then you gotta do the same thing. Hold it for long term and DCA and buy the dips. What do you think about DeFi on top of BTC like Sovereign? I don't believe that DeFi projects should be on top of Bitcoin. It's not meant for it. It's not meant for it. And people don't realize this. Even Bitcoin maxis will say this. Bitcoin maxis will even disagree with Michael Saylor on layer 2s on top of Bitcoin. Because layer 2s on top of Bitcoin are not as secure as Bitcoin itself. Layer 2s on top of Bitcoin is essentially another chain run by another project, right? Even the Lightning Network. So the Lightning Network is definitely not as big as Bitcoin's network, right? And any other layer 2 that comes out on top of Bitcoin, also not as secure. One of the reasons why Bitcoin maxis love Bitcoin is how secure the network is, because it takes a tremendous amount of hash power and tremendous amount of money, basically, right? And that is securing the network. Just think about like the electricity costs and all that stuff, right? That's a barrier to entry. So the network is very stable, and if someone tries to, hack it or whatever, it's nearly impossible. But it's not nearly impossible with a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, right? So that's the thing. I don't think you need to do DeFi or anything else on top of Bitcoin. Leave that for the layer 1s that's out there, like Ethereum and Cardano and Solana. That's my thought. Corey, I'm just going to say yes to those. Isaac, I have no idea what project that is. Veracity, I think it's okay. Don't get into Veracity just because it's pumping. Too many people do that. It tends to pump and then it slows down pump. ultimately they're in the streaming industry. They have a streamer that counts views, but why they're going up is they're partnering up with a lot of esports activities. Time to sell that. You make that decision. All right, last few questions. Someone is asking about, are you big on decentralization or does it matter to you? It does. It does, but not as much as, say, making money. So, yeah. Where can you buy OMI? Only listed on random exchanges. Yeah, OMI, it's spread out between a few exchanges. So, for those of you guys that don't know, Live Coin Watch or any other exchange out there, right? You look at the trading pairs. So, in the U.S., you could probably get it on Gate.io, right? But outside the U.S., you got OKX, Bit4x, BitMEX. But in the U.S., probably Gate, and there's a few others out there. A lot of these, keep in mind, are also on DEXs. So if you're not familiar with how to use a DEX like Uniswap or SushiSwap or something like similar, you should learn, because most of these can also be found on there. So you just have to, unfortunately though, those have high fees. JD, yes. All right, I think that's it. Do I use a VPN? No, I do not. I've done DCA into crypto, made videos for it, roughly 17 weeks, up $380, staking, okay. Thanks for all your help. Congratulations, Don. Appreciate it. Does all coins under 20 cents have potential to do 10x? It matters, man. Don't look at the cent. Don't look at the individual price. You have to look at the market cap. If the market cap is low enough, yes. But if the market cap is huge, then no. Like Sheep does not have 100x potential. Just because it's under a cent doesn't mean that it could go up 100x, because the market cap would just be way too big, right? Just like anything else that you're trying to find. So you're asking the wrong question. The fact that you're asking that means that you don't understand token economics at all. So you should stop doing that. All right, guys, that is it. Overall, we haven't seen any excitement yet, but it could be coming tonight or tomorrow. Google, of course, with the help of Bakkt, now allows millions and millions and millions of users or consumers to get in, and that's pretty positive. And it's only the start. And altcoins are hovering around too, but stay focused, my friends. Stay long, because there's greater things that are coming. 55,000 is only the beginning for Bitcoin. Only the beginning. All right, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can stream tomorrow, but I'm going to try to figure it out. All right, so I'm going to try to figure it out for you guys. All right, so